Hello and happy Sunday morning. I am making my way through the NFL, previewing each of the 32 teams in the runoff to the start of the NFL season, which is Thursday, September 5th, as the Ravens battle the Chiefs. Today, I am kicking off my look at the NFC North with the division champion Detroit Lions. And 2023 was something of a dream season for the Lions. They put it all together. They were able to win the division. They made the playoffs. They won a pair of playoff games and had a huge lead in the first half of the NFC Championship game before the San Francisco 49ers battled to take it. Now, what can the Lions do for an encore? Well, this offseason, they really didn't waste a lot of time. They spent most of their offseason focused on splashing out extensions for their big players to keep them in the fold. That included quarterback Jared Goff and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. They had a few exits. Wide receiver Josh Reynolds left for the Denver Broncos. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson returned to the Eagles. Cam Sutton returned to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They added a couple pieces. They brought in a new guard in Kevin Zeitler and a tackle in DJ Reader. They also added defensive end Marcus Davenport, looking to beef up some of that pass rush. In the draft, they were really focused on the secondary, which was probably an area of weakness. They grabbed both Terrion Arnold and Enos Rakestraw Jr., a couple of corners in the draft. When it comes to fantasy prospects, the Lions were really good last year. They had 5 pieces that you really wanted in fantasy, and you know what? I think that might be the case again this year. Jared Goff finished as QB7. I suspect he'll be a QB1 again, maybe a little bit lower on the end. I'd feel more comfortable projecting him in the QB, 9 to 14 range, but I think he'll be a low end QB1 again. In the backfield, he had a great pair with David Montgomery, the veteran, and Jahmyr Gibbs, the rookie. As a rookie, Gibbs finished as running back 10. Montgomery was running back 17. Really did with a lot of touchdowns. My preference in Dynasty and redraft is Gibbs. I think he's going to be an RB1 again. I like Montgomery somewhere in the low end RB2, high end RB3 range. I think he's still going to be kind of the battering ram. He really fits the style of play that they're looking to have there in Detroit with Dan Campbell. In the passing game, St. Brown led at receiver, while rookie Sam Laporta finished as tight end 1. Brown was wide receiver 3 last year. I think he's a great play in redraft and dynasty. I like him as a wide receiver 1 again this year. I like Laporta as a tight end 1 as well in 2024. Also a great redraft and dynasty selection. So, the 2 running backs, Laporta, St. Brown, and Goff are all must-adds in fantasy. I think the bigger question is what happens behind them. Last year, Josh Reynolds had some appeal as wide receiver 55, but he split some of those targets with second-year player Jameson Williams, who was suspended to start the season, but who was a former first-round pick. He is back, should be available for the whole season. They also have former Brown Donovan Peoples-Jones. Both of them have a little bit potential, but I think it's Williams I'm betting on. As I mentioned, a former first-round pick. He hasn't put it together for a full season yet, but I like him to finish in the top 50 this year. I think he finally gets it done. So what about the Lions? They were just a few plays away from actually making a Super Bowl last year. I like them a lot again in 2024. They enforced the core. They added some pieces where they were weak on defense. I think that they can win, 11 to 12 games and win the NFC North again. And I think they are going to be a fierce playoff contender. I am looking forward to seeing